Welcome to Watchtower Report, your weekly geopolitical briefing, bringing you the most crucial global developments from June 30th to July 6th, 2025. From BRICS expansion to energy shocks, here's what shaped the world this week. Let's dive in. BRICS Summit in Rio. In Rio de Janeiro, the 17th BRICS Leaders Summit brought together a newly expanded bloc of 11 countries: Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, United Arab Emirates, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Indonesia, and Saudi Arabia. Key takeaways: a joint declaration condemned coercive U.S. tariffs and reaffirmed support for multilateralism. Calls were made for UN Security Council reform, with African representation discussed, but no concrete commitments. While united in trade, the bloc remains divided on conflicts in Gaza, Ukraine, and Iran. Brazil emphasized climate leadership with a new tropical forests forever facility. BRICS is signaling a unified economic front, but one still navigating major ideological divides. US-EU tariff standoff. President Trump announced tariffs of up to 70% on EU imports beginning August 1st. In response, the European Union is rushing to negotiate a deal before the deadline. Possible compromises include keeping 10% tariffs on autos and easing restrictions on U.S. agriculture. Markets responded with caution. European stocks dipped, especially in energy and banking, while defense and infrastructure firms surged. Trade tensions are rising and the clock is ticking. Middle East and Russia-Ukraine. Update: tensions between the U.S. and Iran remain high. After U.S. strikes on Iranian nuclear facilities in late June, Iran retaliated with missile strikes in the Gulf. Though Iran's parliament approved a move to close the Strait of Hormuz, the waterway remains open, for now. Meanwhile, Trump and Putin spoke by phone for over an hour. Putin reaffirmed Russia's military goals in Ukraine, while Trump pushed for peace and better air defense support for Kiev. The war grinds on, with diplomacy just barely keeping pace. Europe stockpiles strategic resources. The European Commission is drafting emergency legislation to stockpile critical minerals like lithium, cobalt, and rare earth elements. The move is part of its Preparedness Union strategy, designed to respond to war, climate shocks, cyber attacks, and global instability. It's a clear signal: Europe is bracing for long-term geopolitical disruption. Market reaction: investors are adapting. Despite global volatility, defense and energy stocks have surged, especially in Europe. The euro weakened slightly, while money flowed into non-US assets amid fears of prolonged trade fragmentation. Analysts warn, if current trends hold, the global economy could face rising inflation, disrupted supply chains, and a prolonged growth slowdown. Markets are watching cautiously. To recap, BRICS is expanding its global influence. US-EU trade friction is escalating. Conflict continues in the Middle East and Ukraine. Europe is securing resources for uncertain times. The global balance is shifting, and nations are moving to protect their strategic ground. Thanks for tuning in to the Watchtower Report. If you found this update valuable, like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Until then, stay sharp, stay sovereign, and keep your eyes on the horizon.